All right, let's finish up with our talk on how to get started quickly and effectively as a private lender. You ready? I am. Let's do it. Hey, Alvin from Lee Equities here again. If you missed part one, click on the link to part one in the description box below, then meet me right back here for part two. Now let's continue with step 4, where we talk about getting your paperwork in order. Yeah, good old-fashioned boring paperwork. You see, in this business, although it's pretty safe and the returns are nice, you still need to protect yourself. And one of the main ways you go about protecting yourself is by having a solid loan agreement drafted. See, the loan agreement documents the terms you and the borrower agree to. You want to have an attorney draft these up for you. Now, you might be able to find samples online, but even if you go that route, I still suggest that you have an attorney take a look at those documents before you put them in use. Now, your borrower might already have one already put together that you guys can use, but it doesn't hurt to have your own anyways. Now, if you're going to have one drawn up, consider having your attorney leave blanks in the portions of the document where things are going to be left up for negotiation. That way, you can enter those items manually once you and the prospective borrower have agreed on all the different terms of the loan. Now, you want your promissory note drawn up or reviewed by an attorney as well. Now, see, promissory notes are simply IOUs that document the borrower's promise to repay the loan, and it also documents the terms of that repayment. Now, you might ask what the difference is between a loan agreement and a promissory note. Well, while both of them establish that a debt is to be repaid from the borrower to you, the lender, the loan agreement goes into more details and discusses all the different clauses and such. Another big difference is that both parties sign the loan agreement, but only the borrower signs the promissory note. Now let's talk about step 5, which is what I call learning how to double check the numbers. You see, before you talk to a single prospective borrower, you want to make sure you know how to double check the numbers that they're going to be giving you when they're submitting deals to you for you to look at and consider blending on. One of the most important numbers that is important for you to know how to check is the ARV, or the after repaired value of the property. A verified ARV reduces your risk significantly. Not only that, but it also creates that all-important buffer, if you will, which is where your profits come from. So let's revisit the house that we talked about in part 1 that has an ARV of $100,000. The purchase price, holding costs, as well as the rehab costs all together should not exceed $70,000. That creates that 70% LTV, or loan-to-value ratio, that we talked about earlier. Let's say that after the rehab was completed, that the property sold to a first-time home buyer for $95,000. So in this case, that buffer, if you will, is $25,000. If your loan was at a 10% interest rate, that's a $7,000 profit on your investment. Your profit comes out of that $25,000 buffer there between what was spent on the rehab project and what it sold for. So hopefully that makes it clear why verifying the ARV is so crucial. All right, so now that you understand that, how can you go about checking this? Well, for one, you can demand that your prospective borrower present you with solid comps, which is short for comparable sales, on the subject property. I know in our business, me and my wife and business partner LaJuan is a licensed real estate agent. We leverage her access to the multiple listing service, or MLS, to make sure that our comps are super duper accurate. But you can also make sure that the ARV that the borrower is giving you is in the right ballpark by doing a simple search on the subject property on websites such as Zillow.com or Trulia.com. When you run the search, they'll give you estimated values, which are generally estimates of the after repair value of the address that you just searched for. Now, granted, these estimates aren't as solid as what you would get from, say, MLS Access, but they'll still help you make sure that you're in the right ballpark. But the ARV isn't the only figure that's crucial. You also have the repair estimates. You see, you also want to be able to go to sleep at night with a comfortable feeling that the repair estimates are accurate and that they include a 10% buffer to cover any unexpected repairs that might pop up throughout the rehab process. You can do this by reviewing the scope of work on the property, and if you want, you can even speak with the inspector that went behind your rehabber and contractor just to make sure that there weren't any things that might have been overlooked. You can do this by reviewing the scope of work on the property, and if you want, you can even speak with the inspector that went behind your rehabber and contractor just to make sure that there weren't any things that they might have overlooked. This is just a safeguard that'll help you sleep at night a little bit easier when you first start working with the rehabber. But once you guys have worked together on a few deals and you're more comfortable with their knowledge and ability to estimate repairs on properties, you probably won't even need to do this anymore after doing a couple deals with someone. All right, so now that you know how to run the checks on the numbers that your borrowers are going to give you, now you're ready for step 6, which is to find a rehabber so that you can start making some money. I can't put enough emphasis on this when I say this, but it's of the utmost importance that you find someone that knows what they're doing and is experienced. And when I say that, I mean that it's absolutely crucial that you find someone that knows how to plan and oversee rehabs. For the sake of time, I'll spare you on the details on how to go about this in this video, but I really go in depth on this in the free guide that I created on getting started right in private lending. Also, if at all possible, find someone that is both a rehabber as well as a real estate agent / realtor. I say that because the code of ethics in place for realtors has absolutely no tolerance for unethical practices. Therefore, lending to a rehabber that's also a realtor can give you just a little extra sense of comfort. Realtors put quite a bit of work and money into getting licensed and staying licensed, and they generally don't desire to let it wash down the drain by doing something unethical and stupid. Trust me, I know. Like I said earlier, my wife and business partner's one. So anyways, there you are. 6 simple steps that'll help you get off to a good start in this beautiful little passive income opportunity called private lending. For more in-depth information on many of the items that I mentioned throughout this series, I highly recommend my free guide on private lending called How to Make Money Without Doing Anything in Real Estate, which you can access for free by clicking on the link in the description box below. In it, I give super in-depth information on topics like how to find and screen rehabbers. I give you over 15 different safeguards that you need to put in place in order to protect your money. I tell you how to run this business using your retirement account. I also talk about how to get this business going in autopilot and a lot more. Now, in closing, I want to let you know that if you have any questions about the lending business, or maybe even if you're interested in learning more about the rehabbing or lending opportunities available here in the Metro Detroit area, just give us a call, area code 313-923-7253. Also, if you found this video series useful, please do us a small favor and click on the like button below. Again, this is Alvin signing off. Thanks for watching.